Have you ever seen a picture of your parents and wondered what were they wearing? Well, today we're going to dive into fashion fails, comparing trends, and even taking a look at how fashion has evolved throughout the years. So, get ready to gasp, laugh, and even take some style inspo. My name is Carlo from TV36, and now I'm off to go find something that was so last season. So, how would you describe your personal style right now?
Right now I think it's very different. It's very obviously kind of preppy. It depends on the day and the weather.
I'm with
Sam.
So, how would you describe your personal style right now?
I would say I don't put that much thought into it, but it's just dressing for what feels comfortable for me.
Hi, I'm with
Mr. Dyack.
So, what was your personal style like when you were in high school?
So I wore a lot of hats, baseball caps. I went through some phases, so I had kind of a skater phase with Volcom was a company back then. I just kind of wore what was available pretty much, not anything crazy. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. One thing people did a lot was with their hair, frosted tips they called it, which was kind of like a Backstreet Boys NSYNC type of thing. I remember something called zip-off pants were another popular thing, that they were pants that turned into shorts. You could zip them off, so that was another popular trend.
How and where do you buy your clothes from?
I'd be on Depop a lot, like the low ball. That's probably where I get a lot of my clothes. Sometimes I thrift, but it's pretty rare. And if I need a whole update for the year, a lot of new stuff, I'll ask my mom and I'll chip in, but mostly Depop.
I don't really buy online. I mean, if I do buy online, it's on Depop or eBay, but I don't really buy from a mall or stuff like that, because I would rather just buy it at a thrift store or eBay or Depop for a discounted price. I don't mind wearing secondhand.
Honestly, my mom bought my clothes for me, and I just kind of wore what she bought. I didn't really ever buy my own clothes, but if I did, I would buy hats, shoes, and it would be very kind of prototypical of what was fashionable at the time.
Where do you typically get your fashion inspo from?
I would say I probably get a lot of it from Pinterest or my friends.
So any artists, one big artist that's always big with his personal style, and that he always does new things and inspires others is Thug and also Cardi. So I'll say them.
So I went to high school in the 80s, and back then it was all preppy, right? So there was a preppy handbook. It was a famous book. It came out, and we kind of followed it. It was polo shirts, khakis, rugby shirts, that kind of stuff.
How and why is fashion important to you?
It's a way of expression, really, but also it's a way to look good, feel confident, dressing the way you want. I love soccer, so I'm always wearing soccer jerseys and stuff. So it's a way of expression. So it's really just to build your own personality.
I think it's a great way to show your interests, your personality, and even your culture. So you can express so much through your clothes.
It shows who you are, and basically it's just who you are on the inside. It shows your true self. It shows your soul and who you want to be.
How do you think that fashion has evolved since you were in high school?
I think a lot of people wear a lot more. There's not really as many trends now. I feel people just kind of dress to express themselves, whereas when I was in high school, it was a very specific trend that was happening at the time that people kind of adhere to. So I think now people are a little bit more free to express themselves and just dress the way they want to, and not necessarily how other people are dressing.
There is that freedom to wear whatever you want, and there are some kids who really go full out, with their outfits.
Do you think that fashion is more inclusive or exclusive compared to when you were in high school?
Today is definitely more inclusive. People, like I said, they dress how they want to dress, and they, are accepted for that. Whereas back when I was in high school, people weren't quite as accepting of somebody that maybe wanted to dress and express themselves wearing something that might have been seen as different or odd at the time. So I think that it's definitely way more inclusive today than it was when I was in high school.
From past fashion trends to what we wear in the hallways today, it's clear that style is a big part of our school's culture. Fashion lets us express ourselves. As students, let's embrace the creativity and confidence that fashion brings, shaping our wardrobes and the unique school spirit that we have in ourselves. Mixing the best of the past with the boldness of today, fashion is how we make our statement. This is Carlo from TV36, signing out.